everybody! Today we will crochet the white winter leg warmers. They can be made in any size that we want. The leg warmers have a matching hat and wrist warmers. You can grab the free written pattern PDF for all the three, that is the leg warmers, the wrist warmers and the hat, and complete your set. The link is in the description box below. Hope you enjoy making holiday gifts this season. This is an absolute beginner tutorial for leg warmers. I will explain everything in detail step by step for these socks. To crochet these leg warmers, we will need any bulky or chunky weight or weight 5 yarn. I have used a local yarn in cream color. This is 100% acrylic yarn, but you can use any fiber that you want. I have used about 140 grams for both the leg warmers. The amount may differ depending on the length of the leg warmer that you make. The other material we are going to need is a J size or a 6mm size crochet hook, scissors, measuring tape, a tapestry needle, and one stitch marker or safety pin so that we can easily try on as we are making it. Now let's begin. I just want to add, you may need an extra 6.5mm hook in case you decide to make the leg warmer a little larger in size. We're going to begin with the slip knot. We can make this however we want. I'm going to take the tail end and loop it over the working end. Then I'm going to take the tail end and go below this loop. So now I can see I have one loop here and one loop here. I'm going to pick up this right loop in my hook, hold all the other loops down and pull it out. And this is my slip knot. I'm going to tug on the tail end to tighten this. So we are going to begin with the bottom ribbing, work it in rows. Then we will continue with the body in rounds, and last we will make the ribbing on top in rows. So there is no seaming involved. Now the bottom ribbing, the height of the ribbing is the number of chains that we make. If you want this to be wider, you will just chain more. Now we are going to begin chaining. We are going to chain 8. Yarn over and then pull through. This is my first chain. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 3. 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. You can adjust the size of the ribbing as I have told you. Row 1, we are going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. The loop on the hook does not count as a chain. This is the first chain and this is the second chain. In the second chain, I am going to insert my hook into the top loop like this. Then I am going to yarn over and pull through. I have 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over again and pull through both these loops. This is my first single crochet. This is the next chain. Insert your hook into the top loop, yarn over and pull through. We have 2 loops on a hook, yarn over and pull through both. This is the next chain, single crochet. This is the next chain, make a single crochet in it as well. And continue making a single crochet till the very last chain. So now we are going to count all our single crochet. This first V is our first single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. This loop is the loop on my hook. So I have 7 single crochet in all. The number of single crochets is equal to 1 less than the number of chains that we make. Let's go to row 2. Chain 1, yarn over and then pull through and then turn the work. So the loop on the hook does not count as a stitch. This is our chain 1 stitch. We're not going to work into it. And this is our very first stitch. There is a loop that faces us and a loop that faces away from us. So this is the back loop, the loop that faces away from us, and we're going to work into this for the entire ribbing. So let's start making our single crochet from this first stitch. This is the first single crochet. The loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is a chain 1, and in the back loop of this very first single crochet, insert your hook and make a single crochet. Single crochet in the back loop of the next stitch as well. So just insert your hook into the back loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both these loops. And now we are going to continue making single crochet in the back loop till we reach the end of the row. I will meet you at the end of this row. Work only into the back loops. So now I have reached this last stitch. If you turn, you can see the V clearly. So you can't see the V like this. Once you turn it, you can see this V clearly. This is the back loop. Insert your hook into the back loop and make your single crochet. Now if you count all your single crochet, you're going to have 7 once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And this is the loop on the hook. So from now on, for all the rows of the ribbon, we're just going to repeat row 2 for pattern. All of our legs are different sizes as we know, and I want this leg warmer to fit you well. So we're just going to measure our leg with the measuring tape and then continue making the leg warmer. So I'm really sorry for the horrible drawing once again. I'm just going to explain it. This on top is the thigh. Here we have our knee. This is our thigh. This is our knee. This is our leg and this is our foot. So we want to measure the widest part of our calf here with the measuring tape, and you want to go all around. You just go all around and measure this part of your calf. Once you have this measurement of your calf or the widest part of your calf, you're going to take your hook and your yarn. You're going to make a slip knot and begin chaining. Now you want to make your chain as long as this measurement. So suppose it is 14 inches, you will make your chain about 14 inches. Continue making the chain. Once you finish making your chain, you can just wrap this around your leg and check the fit. It should not be tight or loose. It should just fit about right. Now you're going to subtract 4 chains from the total chains that you have. So if we have 34 chains in 15 inches, we're just going to write this down and subtract 4 chains from this. So now we have 30, and this is the number of ribbing rows that we are going to make. This must be an even number. Suppose you have an odd number, you can just add 1 and make sure that it is even. So you can check the written pattern for how many rows you need to make for your size, or you can adjust the size like I have shown you and continue making the rows of the ribbing till you finish the entire ribbing for your size. Let's work one more row together. Row 3, chain 1 and then turn your work. Now this is the first single crochet. Loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is our chain 1 stitch and this is the very first single crochet. Insert your hook into the back loop only, make a single crochet. And you're going to continue doing this till the very last stitch. So this is my last stitch, turn it over and you can move aside this chain stitch like this so you can see the V clearly. Insert your hook into the back loop of this last stitch and single crochet. Now you can just count all your single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So continue repeating row 2 as many times as you need and I will meet you at the end of the ribbing. So I just want to show you how to count the ribbing rows. When the slip knot is at the bottom left, this is the right side of our ribbing and you can start counting from this very first stitch. So this is 1 row and 2 row. When you go to the next stitch, you have counted 2 more rows. When you go to the next ridge, you have counted 2 more rows. So what I do is just count the ridges 2, 4, 6 because between 2 ridges we have 2 rows, 8, 10 and so on. The total number of rows does not matter, but you want it to be an even number. I have 30 rows in all. When the slip knot is at the bottom left, this is the right side of our ribbing. Now I'm going to fold this in half and I'm going to fold it like this. I'll show you once again. I've just folded it like this. So the right side still lies on top and we're going to slip stitch across these two ends together. This is so that we make a round and then we can work on our body in round. To slip stitch, we're going to begin with the chain 1 first. So yarn over and then pull through. And now we're going to go below both the loops of this first single crochet and the chain on this side. So the loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is the chain 1. We're not going to work into this. This is the very first single crochet. Insert your hook below both the loops of the V of this first stitch and on this other side go below 2 loops of the chain like this. Then we're going to yarn over, pull through this chain, pull through this first single crochet and pull through the loop on the hook. And we have made our first slip stitch. Now go to the second stitch. In the same way, we're going below both the loops of the V and on the other side we're going to find our second chain. Insert your hook into the second chain, yarn over, pull through the chain, pull through the stitch and pull through the loop on the hook. Go to the third stitch and the third chain, yarn over, pull through and pull through the loop on the hook. So in the same way we are just going to continue till we reach the very last stitch. We are going to have 7 in all. So I have finished making 6 now, and this is my very last one. So in the corner here I went to do only one loop. So now I've gone below both the loops and this last chain here, yarn over, pull through the chain, pull through and pull through. After doing this, you can just tuck on the slip knot to tighten this end, and you're going to turn this inside out now. And now this will become the right side of our ribbing. And the right side of the ribbing doesn't really matter because both sides are the same, but we're just pushing the slip stitches on the inside of our ribbing. And now we are going to continue with the main body. We're going to make one round of single crochets first. Chain 1. Make a single crochet in the same space. So just go into the same space and make a single crochet. So we are working at the side of these rows. There are no proper stitches. You're just going to insert your hook into any space that you see. Now we're going to make a single crochet at the side of every ribbing row. So at the side of this next row, I'm going to make a single crochet. Now I'm going to make a single crochet at the side of this next row. What I'm doing is between these two ridges, I'm making 2 single crochets. So I'm making one at the top of this one and one between. One at the top of this one and one in between. Or between these two ridges, you can make 2 single crochet, whatever you prefer. I'm going to make 1 single crochet here and then one between the two. 1 single crochet here and one between the two ridges. So just continue till you finish all around, and I will meet you at the end of this round. At the end of this round, you're going to count all your single crochet. You should have the same number as the number of rows that you made in this ribbing. I have made 30 rows in my ribbing and I have 30 single crochet at the end of round 1. Now in case you count your single crochet and you end up with an odd number, you just add one more single crochet to make it an even number, because we need an even number of single crochet. So now we have reached the end of the round and we are going to join by a slip stitch to this first single crochet. So we have our chain 1 stitch here and you can see the 2 legs of the V here, and this is the first single crochet. Go below both the loops of the V, yarn over, pull through and pull through the loop on the hook. Round 2, we are going to begin our pattern stitches from now. So chain 1 first, yarn over and then pull through. And now we are going to go back into the same space here that we see, and we are going to make a single crochet and a double crochet. So if you just pull the stitch, you're going to see a small space here, and in this we are going to make a single crochet and a double crochet. So this is the same stitch as the slip stitch. Just insert your hook, single crochet, and now we are going to make a double crochet for the first time. So we are going to yarn over, insert a hook into the same space as the space where we made a single crochet. Then we are going to yarn over and pull through. We have 3 loops on our hook. We are going to yarn over and pull through only 2 loops first. We have 2 loops left on our hook. We are going to yarn over and pull through the last 2. So we have made a single and a double crochet in the same single crochet. And now we are just going to skip this next single crochet. And now we are going to go to this next stitch that we see here and make a single crochet and a double crochet in it. So we have made a single crochet and a double crochet in this stitch. We're going to skip this next V that we see, and in this next stitch we're going to make a single and a double crochet. For this round and all the rounds of the main body of the hat, we're going to go below both the loops of the V that we see. Make a single crochet first and then a double crochet in the same stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into the very same stitch, yarn over and pull through. We have 3 loops on a hook, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. We have 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the last 2. Now we are going to skip this next stitch, and in the next stitch we will again make a single and a double crochet. We can see we have worked in this stitch. Skip your next stitch. In this next stitch, insert your hook, this time below both the loops of the V, single crochet and then a double crochet in the same stitch. So you can see that the pattern for this round is very easy. We're just going to skip one stitch, and in this next stitch we will make a single crochet first and then a double crochet in the same stitch. So you're going to continue in the same way all around, and I will meet you at the end of this round. I want to show you the end of this round. I've made a single and a double crochet in the stitch, and then I have only one single crochet left at the end of this round. We're going to skip this. After that, we see this loop here. We can see it has no legs. This is a slip stitch. It does not count as a stitch for this round. And then we have our chain 1 here, and this is our first single crochet. So we're going to make a slip stitch in the first single crochet. Just insert your hook below both the loops of the V of this first single crochet, yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook, and this is the end of round 2. If you count the number of stitches in round 2, they're going to be the same as round 1. And from now on, in all the rounds, the stitch count is going to remain the same. Let's go to round 3. We are going to chain 1. So from now on, all the rounds are just a repeat of round 2. So we are going to go back to the same stitch and make a single and a double crochet in the same stitch. So you can see this gap here. Just insert your hook. We are working below both the loops of the V. Make a single crochet and then a double crochet in the same stitch. Then you're going to skip this next stitch. In the next stitch, make a single crochet and then a double crochet. Skip the next stitch. In the next stitch, you're going to make a single crochet and a double crochet. So what you're going to notice is you're going to skip all the double crochets and you're going to make a single and a double crochet in all the single crochets of the previous round. I will meet you at the end of this round. So I've reached the end of the round now. This is my last single crochet and this is the last double crochet. In the single crochet, I've made a single crochet and a double crochet. We're going to skip the last double crochet. This is the slip stitch. This is the chain 1 stitch, and this is the first single crochet of the round. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. The stitch count is again going to be the same as round 1. Now at this point, I would suggest you try this leg warmer on. I suggest you slide it on to the widest part of your calf and check the fit. It should fit nice and snugly, but it should not be uncomfortable. Now if you feel that it is too tight, what you can do is just switch up a hook size. So you can go up to the 6.5mm size hook, and that should give you a little extra space. And if you feel that this is too loose, you will have to go back to the ribbing and remove a few rows, as many ever as you need, and then you can continue again with round 1, round 2, round 3 and so on. Repeat round 2 till you have all the rounds that you want. About 12 or 13 inches should be enough when you start counting from the bottom here. So I will meet you once you have the size of the leg warmer that you want. Now remember that the last 2 inches on top will be the ribbon. So you can just wear it and check the fit as you are making the rounds. So this is my leg warmer currently. I have worn it and checked the size, and it measures about 12 inches and it fits me perfectly. So you should wear this and make this according to the size that you want for your leg. And remember, we have about 2 inches of ribbing left. So now let's continue with the last 2 inches of ribbing. And like I said before, for the second half or the second 2/3 of my leg warmer, I switched to a larger hook about 6.5mm because I realized that I want a little more space. So you can also do that if you want extra space. And we are going to continue with the ribbing from the top here. So I'm going to use the 6.5mm crochet hook because I had switched to the larger size in the middle. We are going to chain 8. The chain should be the same as the chain you made for this bottom ribbing. I have chained 8, so I'm going to chain 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And once we chain 8, just like the bottom ribbing, we're going to start making a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. This is my first chain, this is my second chain. Insert your hook, single crochet in the next chain, and single crochet in all the chains till the end. So I'm going to have 7 single crochet in all. This here is my very last chain. I'm going to make a single crochet in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is my first chain, 7. So after we do this, we're going to make 2 slip stitches. So I'm going to slip stitch in the same place as the previous slip stitch. Just insert your hook into the same space, yarn over, pull through and pull through the loop on the hook. And now in the next stitch, insert your hook. We're going below both the loops of the V, yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. And now we will just turn this part like this, and we are going to work in this direction because we are making the ribbing. So the loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is my slip stitch and this is also my slip stitch. We're going to skip these two, and this is the first single crochet. Just insert your hook into the back loop and make a single crochet in it. Let me show you once again. The loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is my first slip stitch, this is my second slip stitch, and here is the first single crochet. Insert your hook into the back loop and make a single crochet. Single crochet into the back loop of the next stitch and continue till the end of the row. 4, 5, 6, and this is my very last stitch, 7. Now after we do this, we're going to begin row 3. We're going to chain 1 and then turn our work. So what I'm going to do is, instead of turning the entire leg warmer, I'm just going to untangle this by turning it like this. So just untangle it and you can just continue in this direction. So starting from the first stitch, the loop on the hook is not a stitch. This is the chain 1, and starting from my first single crochet into the back loop, make a single crochet. In the next stitch, single crochet and continue till you have 7. So this is my third single crochet, then 4, then 5, then 6, and this is my last stitch into the back loop, 7. So we're always going to count all our single crochet. Now we can see that we have already slip stitch in this stitch. So I'm going to make a slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. Slip stitch in this stitch, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. And in the next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. After we do this, we will just turn like this. Now we are going to begin row 4. Loop on the hook is not a stitch. These are the 2 slip stitches, so skip these 2. And immediately after that, we have our first single crochet. Insert your hook into the back loop, make a single crochet and continue till you have 7 in all. So I will meet you at the end. We have reached the end of row 4. We are just going to repeat row 3 and row 4 for pattern till we have the same number of ribbing rows as the bottom here. So you're just going to continue repeating row 3, then row 4, then row 3, then row 4. So for turning the work, what I'm going to do is making sure that I'm just untangling the work like this and turning like this, and then I'm just going to continue in this direction. So I will meet you once you finish. Make row 3, then row 4 and finish your ribbing. So I'm back now and I've finished my entire ribbing. You can just count these rows and make sure that you have the same number as the starting in case you have missed any rows. So I have counted and have exactly the same number. Now we are going to turn this inside out so that we can slip stitch on the wrong side. Just turn it inside out. And you'll notice that you're on the wrong side now. So you can just slip stitch across. To slip stitch, I'm going to chain 1 first. Then I'm going to go to the first chain on this side and go below both the loops of the stitch on this side. Yarn over, pull through and pull through the loop on the hook. Let's do this again in the next stitch. In the next stitch, pull through and pull through the loop on the hook. In the next stitch, in the next stitch. So just continue till you have all your slip stitches. So now once we finish, we're going to leave a tail about 5 to 6 inches. Cut the yarn and we're going to pull out a loop by tugging on the hook, and now we're going to weave this tail end in. You're going to bring your tapestry needle, thread the yarn, I'm just going to close this little gap that I see here. And you're just going to weave the tail end in by going 3 to 4 times in the opposite direction. So when you're sure that the yarn is firmly weaved in, you're going to take a scissor and then cut this off. Any remaining tail ends, and then you will just turn this inside out again. The second leg warmer, identical to the first, chain the same number, make the same number of ribbing rows, make the same amount of rows, and make the same number of ribbing rows again for the second leg warmer. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to sign up for the Let's All Crochet newsletter and grab the free pattern for the wrist warmers, the matching hat and the leg warmers linked in the description box below. See you next time.